Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. What a crazy week it was for the crypto market, my friends. Obviously crazy for the world as well with the Russia-Ukraine situation, but the markets were all over the place. Well, all of a sudden, Bitcoin and the altcoins are seeing green. We're seeing some rebound. Bitcoin actually crossed $40,000 today. So I want to break down what's happening there, show you the different models, what different analysts are saying. In addition, we have huge investment news with the crypto market. Over $1 billion was invested this week into different companies and tokens. We also have big news from two banks, MUFG out of Japan and BNY Mellon. Huge updates with adoption with crypto and NFTs. We're also going to talk about Ted Cruz all of a sudden is going on a campaign for Bitcoin. This guy's going around talking about Bitcoin and how great it was and is. So this is significant, my friends. This is a U.S. senator doing this. And there's huge updates with the SEC Ripple lawsuit with regards to with the judge and the SEC, as well as Empower Oversight, the whistleblower, the nonprofit whistleblower organization. They just got a bunch of information back after suing the SEC. So I want to break it down. We're also going to talk about Coinbase, Goldman Sachs, FTX. Lots to go through, guys. Some good news to share with you. Before we get there, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. Quick word from our sponsors. First is Algorand, which is building the future of finance. Algorand is getting significant adoption and investments. Both Anthony Scaramucci and Michael Arrington's respective hedge funds have been invested hundreds of millions of dollars to build out the Algorand ecosystem. I'm personally an Algo token holder. And the second sponsor is TaxBit, the leading tax service provider in the crypto industry. It is a service I personally use and will be using to do my taxes again this year. So I highly recommend this service. It makes it so easy to calculate your capital gains and losses. So if you'd like to learn more about TaxBit and Algorand, links will be in the description. Let's look at the market here. Bitcoin, after hitting $40,000, is currently sitting at $39,690. Ethereum is back over $2,800. XRP looking strong from a 24-hour perspective. It is just over 77 cents. So we're seeing some green here, guys. Nothing to call home or get too excited about. But after this wild, crazy week, I'm actually surprised the market is in the spot it is right now. I think many of us as well. You just look at it and you're seeing green and it's like, holy cow, like it was such a volatile week, obviously with the Russia-Ukraine situation. And, you know, obviously our thoughts and prayers are go out to the folks in Ukraine, and hopefully the situation doesn't get worse. And, you know, more people, or I should say people are safe, and you know, we don't have a lot of lives lost and things like that. We want to be cognizant of that. But guys, you know, you look at the Bitcoin daily chart here, look at these green candles forming, 3 green candles in a row. Let's see how the week closes out on Sunday. I think it's going to close out on a green candle. If we look at the the weekly chart here, we see a green candle in place, but you never know what could happen, right? I always say, let these rallies prove themselves. I don't want to get too excited. I want to be cautiously optimistic. So looking like Bitcoin is continuing the retracement that we were anticipating, but once again, it has to prove itself. Here's what BTC Fuel, a great Bitcoin analyst, is saying. Yesterday, Bitcoin had a green daily candle with big volume. So the volume was really high, which was looks like people are buying the dips, guys. So the last time this happened for a green one was 26th of July. Then a big bullish impulse continued. The long wick on yesterday's candle is a huge rejection for the bears. This could be a very bullish sign. So I think the metrics, the signals, the indicators are there, right? Especially the volume, but I'm still cautiously optimistic because we have a crazy conflict happening, you know, with Russia and Ukraine. You never know what China could do to Taiwan. We're just living in uncertain times. So I want to be cautiously optimistic. Obviously, I want the price to go up. I want to see green. And you guys know, if you've been subscribed to the channel, I've been tracking the blockchain backers respective fractal, where he's looking at the retracement. In my video yesterday, I talked about it looked like we were deviating. Well, with Bitcoin's all of a sudden big pump, it's back on track. So as you can see here, and obviously the retracement goes into March, where we could go to 55 to 58K and then head down into a bear market, and then alt should start to pump, and we have an alt season. But black swan events can change that. If we have a world war, all of these things are off the table. But right now, looks like things are back on track. And this is why we have to be patient and watch the charts closely and watch the news and see what's happening, right? We can form our thesis and what we think is going to happen, but things can, of course, change because none of this is guaranteed. So good to see, once again, things are still on track, and we will see how the week closes out. If it closes out on a green candle, that'll be good. We'll see how things progress next week as well. Now, here's some interesting news out of Ukraine. With obviously the invasion happening and the conflict there, Bitcoin and crypto trading volume on Ukrainian exchange Kuna surged over 200% yesterday. So as we talked about in yesterday's video, with the government capping the amount of money you can take out of the bank and halting certain digital wallets, guys, people are going to go to crypto. And I think it's the natural evolution, and this is what's going to, or one of the catalysts that is going to push a lot of the world to opt into crypto. And in addition, as I said in yesterday's video, the undertone to this is CBDCs and SWIFT. And if SWIFT is getting hit right now with Russia and so forth, we're going to see a lot of countries and central banks start using CBDCs. So we're headed in a direction, while the circumstances are unfortunate and I don't like it, obviously people are losing their lives in Ukraine, which is sad, but we're seeing a paradigm shift, and yes, there's good parts of it, like banks capitulating and so forth, but obviously we don't want war. But the fact of the matter is, the reality of the situation is these things are going to lead to a more adoption of crypto. So some things to think about here. And, we're seeing capitulation from government officials. Senator Ted Cruz, I'm not some big fan of Senator Ted Cruz, right? I'm just being realistic with you guys. I'm an independent, and, I look at both sides, left and right, and I look at who has great ideas and who seems to be doing the right thing. And Ted Cruz, I disagree with him on a lot of issues, but what's interesting, guys, he's been out there promoting Bitcoin. At CPAC 2022, he went out there saying he's bullish on Bitcoin because it's decentralized. The left hates Bitcoin because they can't control it. Now he's making it a bit political. So I want to make sure I'm clear with that. I don't think he should make it political like that. He's been bunching China and Elizabeth Warren together. And I'm no fan of Elizabeth Warren. You guys know that. I've criticized her many times on this channel. And I think she's a hypocrite, honestly. But I don't like what he's doing because there is bipartisan support for crypto. We know that, right? We've been covering it. But, politicians will be politicians. But nevertheless, guys, this is a U.S. senator going out promoting Bitcoin. It's amazing the time we are living in. And this wouldn't have happened in 2017 or 2018, right? It was taboo to do that. Now we have government officials, we have people on Wall Street, big time investors and corporates. They're now all bullish on Bitcoin and crypto. The future is bright, my friends. I hope you see what is happening, the paradigm shift. You have to zoom out and look at it macro level, and you will see that just everything is moving in the same direction towards crypto and blockchain. So I'm not going to play the clip because it's like 3 minutes long. He just reiterates some of the talking points he said before. But guys, wow, this is pretty amazing. I don't think people realize how groundbreaking this is. Now, here's some bullish news. Over $1.3 billion in investments poured into the crypto sector this week. Blockworks, they do a great job of aggregating this news and giving you the wrap up at the end of the week. So be sure to give them a follow. And they've been doing this, quite often, and we've reported on it. And it's just amazing the amount of capital is coming into the asset class. So funding roundup, major raises of $1 billion and $200 million joined the startup spree. Over $1.3 billion in investments poured into the crypto sector this week. Luna Foundation Guard raised $1 billion in a private token sale, while Amber Group closed a $200 million extended Series B round. Amid the massive rounds, there were more modest raises too, including a $33 million Series B for Imstones and a $34 million raise for Align. Guys, the capital is flowing in. As I've been saying for like 6 months now, it's milk and honey. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're looking to do something in the crypto space, now's the time to go knocking on these VCs' doors. You will get money. Of course, your idea has to have some legs, right? It has to be good. But it's even if you get like $10 million, you're not getting 100 million, but you're getting 10, that's still something. It's very easy. And we're seeing a lot of hiring by these companies, and we're going to talk about Coinbase and FTX shortly. So if you want to come work in the crypto industry, now is a great time. Most likely you will get the salary you're asking for, possibly higher, because there's a competition right now. There's a land grab for talent and market share and so forth. We've been covering it, guys, and I think you all see it. It's amazing what's happening. This happened in the dot-com boom as well. So it's a great time to enter the crypto space and industry. I did it last year, and I'm glad I made the change. Now, look at this. The world's largest custodian bank, BNY Mellon, to allow institutional clients to hold Bitcoin and Ether. Now, we've heard about BNY Mellon making moves over the past year, right? And they partner with Grayscale, and we heard rumors that they were entering the custody market. So this is the natural progression, my friends. And here it was reported by CDAM. And BNY Mellon is a very old name and trusted name, my friends. So the world's largest crypto custodian, and now they're going to custody crypto. I mean, think about that. If you just sit down, sometimes we who are in the crypto market become a bit desensitized. Oh my goodness, I can't say that word today. It's one of those days. But look at what's happening. Some of the biggest banks who have nothing to do with crypto, they've been here a long time, are not saying, hey, we're going to custody Bitcoin and crypto. And our wealthy clients, yeah, we're going to custody it for you. My OG subscribers and listeners for years, what did I tell you guys? White glove service. Yes, Mr. Jones, you can custody your crypto with us. You can also buy it through us, and we'll give you weekly reporting, and you'll have your dashboard, and you'll have your dedicated rep, and so on and so forth, and yada, yada. All of the bells and whistles that exist in the traditional financial markets being built for crypto. Of course, it's the new asset class, the new technology, the new disruptive technology. It is here to stay. So this is huge news. Let me give you some details. The new custody platform will allow clients to hold the world's most popular cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ether, in BNY Mellon crypto wallets, which will be supported by Fireblocks technology. According to BNY Mellon, the launch of the new product later this year will make the investment bank the first to enter the global digital custody space. Once again, this is an arms race for market share, guys. First mover advantage is what a lot of these folks are trying to get. Here's a quote. We announced last year that we were standing up for digital asset users. Katie Niate, the chief risk officer for asset servicing and digital at BNY Mellon, told City AM, the idea is that we build a digital platform, the cornerstone of which is custody that will enable interoperability of traditional assets and digital. My friends, massive infrastructure being built here by traditional financial legacy players and some of the largest and well-known and most trusted. Now, here's another bank. This one's out of Japan. Japan's biggest bank, Mitsubishi UFG, to launch its own crypto and NFT wallet. Of course, the bank announced the development of a digital asset wallet on its website on February 21st. At this point, I'm not surprised. Every bank will have to jump in. We've seen such a shift, a paradigm shift, where if you are not getting into this asset class, you're going to look like an idiot. Years ago, if you were, pushing crypto, you were the idiot, right? They were, well, at least from the traditional financial world, it was very taboo. It was like, what? Are you kidding me? Get out of here. Don't talk to me. That's nonsense. It's a Ponzi. It's a fad. It's a scheme. Now, everybody's racing to grab this technology, the assets, guys. It's amazing what's happening. So those of us who are here, once again, shout out to my OG subscribers from going back to when I launched this YouTube channel and podcast in 2017. We were talking about this, and there was a lot of haters, there was a lot of FUD, but now how the tides have turned, right? It's pretty amazing what's taking place. Now, I just talked about hiring and jobs coming and working in the crypto industry. Look at this. Global co-head of operations for Goldman Sachs, Roger Bartlett, leaves to join Coinbase. Wow. Now, remember, I had an interview with Hong Fang, who's my boss, by the way, at OKCoin. She left Goldman Sachs and came to work in crypto. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Hong Fang, where is the interview? I know it's somewhere here. Here it is. Yeah. So I'll put a link in the description to that. But her story, embodies this news, guys. She left Goldman Sachs and now she's a CEO of a crypto exchange. We're seeing mass exodus out of the traditional financial world into crypto. Exciting times, my friends. That's why I said you want to work in the crypto market, you got a skill set, bring it, and you'll get your asking salary most likely. Now look at this. Coinbase plans to hire 6,000 people in 2022. Wow. Now put your business thinking cap on. In order to hire this amount of people, what are you expecting? Growth. In the crypto market, how do these exchanges and platforms get growth? More investors entering the market. More investors entering the market usually is because of the price increasing. Get it? This is why when I see news like this, my antennas go up and okay, I see what's on the horizon. And I think we're going to see higher prices than we've ever seen before, guys. As long as you have a long-term outlook. I've said I'm taking profits, but I will be buying back in the bear market, rinse and repeat like I've done before. I wish I had bought more in late 2016 to early 2017. And I made some money in the bull run of 2017. But man, if I had listened to my friend and bought more, I would have been really well off. But that's okay. This time around, I'm making money because I bought in the bear markets of 2018, 2019, 2020. And now I'm in the green, up significantly in my portfolio. And of course, I'm anticipating higher prices. So just want to give you guys my perspective on how I'm looking at this market. And yes, when I say macro, I'm looking at in a timeline of years, right? That's how you got to look at it. Because if you're looking at it in weeks and months and so forth, you're going to get discouraged. You're not, it's going to be a roller coaster ride. And you'll probably get shaken out. But if you step back and understand what's taking place and see the market cycles playing out, you will have the confidence to hold. Now, Sam Bankman-Fried, shout out to him, CEO of FTX Exchange. They gave $25 to each Ukrainian on FTX. So that's pretty cool, man. I like that gesture. Much respect for doing something like that. And obviously, they've been raising a significant amount of money and they've been marketing like hell. Super Bowl ads and huge sponsorships, obviously buying the Miami Heat arena and so forth. And here they've been making some big hires themselves. So FTX, to move beyond sports marketing, crypto exchange's new head of global luxury partnerships is among the space's most recent recruits. So Chief Compliance Officer moves from Binance US to CoinMe. Circle taps former leader at Meta and Google as its chief product officer. And FTX has hired Lauren Remington Platt as as its global head of its head of global luxury partnerships as the company looks towards marketing efforts beyond the sports realm. I'm not going to go through everything, but look at the names leaving, once again, traditional industry jobs, especially in the finance industry, and coming to crypto, my friends. And even just that one I just talked about with Goldman Sachs, the guy leaving Goldman Sachs going to Coinbase. Big things happening, my friends. Now, Sam Bankman-Fried was interviewed and by CNBC, and he said that regulation uncertainty keeps big banks on the crypto sidelines. So what does he mean by that? Because we've been talking about banks entering. Well, there's a lot of capital that these banks can deploy into crypto, but because of regulatory uncertainty, with altcoins, and even look, we don't have a Bitcoin spot ETF. A lot of it is the SEC, and these banks don't want to take the risk. There's a lot of capital sitting on the sidelines waiting to jump in, but these folks are risk averse and they don't want to jump to something that the U.S. government hasn't, with 100% clarity said, hey, you guys can do this. It's okay, right? And especially with you got this guy Gensler, the SEC, going nuts, right? Trying to shut down anything he can wherever he can. So, it's great that Sam is coming out and saying these things. This is going to put more pressure on the SEC as well as the U.S. government and Congress. Now, speaking of the SEC, Empower Oversight, which is the nonprofit whistleblower that has been suing and investigating and doing FOIA requests with the SEC under the premise of potential conflicts of interest with Jay Clayton and William Hinman. Well, the SEC was, being assholes and boneheads and wasn't releasing stuff. So then Empower sued them. And then the SEC released emails to Empower Oversight in crypto conflicts lawsuits, still searching for more. It says here, after suing the SEC for documents related to potential conflicts of interest in its cryptocurrency-related enforcement decisions, Empower Oversight has obtained the first documents from the SEC as a result of this litigation under FOIA. So they published the documents and so forth. They said, however, due to formatting issues, many of those pages are almost entirely blank and contain duplicate information. On February 18th, Empower Oversight provided a detailed list of people associated with entities named in the FOIA request so that the SEC can identify additional responsive records rather than limiting its searches to certain email address domains. Wow. They're putting the pressure on the SEC here, guys. So they're pulling emails from Hinman and who he had conversations with, people from Ethereum and so forth. And right, we know about these potential conflicts of interest, guys. So John Deaton weighed in on this. He said the emails that we have received from the efforts of Jason Foster, who I've interviewed on the channel, of course, at Empower Oversight, are narrowly focused. What we have so far is a very small portion of the relevant documents. It's only emails between Hinman and Berger and any address with a Simpson-Thatcher email. And it says here, what Empower is doing with the name list is drilling down on other possible contacts with key figures which didn't involve emails to Simpson-Thatcher. We get to participate in a quasi-forensic investigation in slow motion. Mad credit to Jason and Empower. And Jason responded to John's tweet saying, thank you, sir. The SEC asked for the names of people associated with each of the entities in our request in order to do more comprehensive searches. So we provided them. We'll see what those yield. And some other news along those lines. Here we have an update from James K. Filan. Ripple and individual defendants have filed their opposition to the SEC's motion for partial reconsideration and clarification of Judge Netburn's DPP ruling, noting that the SEC is simply seeking a do-over. And attorney Jeremy Hogan weighed in on this, saying, wow, I expected Ripple to come out swinging, and this brief did not disappoint. #Math Solomon. This is the hardest hitting brief thus far in the litigation, and rightfully so. The SEC has spun itself a tangled web here, and I don't expect the judge to keep them out of it. This is awesome. Guys, I'll say it for the 1,000th time. From my own research, I believe Ripple will win this lawsuit. I believe they'll have to pay a small fine for 2013 to 2015. But XRP today will be declared a non-security, and then it will be listed on exchanges. And the SEC are in very much danger of losing this lawsuit. I think they will lose. And in my recent interview with SEC official, former SEC official, I should say, Joseph Hall, he's also saying he thinks the SEC is going to lose here. And I'm interviewing Joseph Grunfest, former SEC official as well, who was obviously an advisor at Ripple, very soon. So, we see former SEC officials and some who have left the agency. Well, obviously they will be former. They are not in favor, or they're not with the SEC on this lawsuit. And I think we all see it, right? The way it was handled, Ethereum's free pass, conflicts of interest. We've covered this nonstop, but I want to share this because it's important. This affects the entire crypto market, not just Ripple. Other companies are being sued, other crypto projects like Library and others, Luna, Terra Luna, the SEC trying to go after them. So we want the SEC to lose here, and then we get the clarity, hopefully, from Congress on how this market should be regulated. The guardrails are put around the SEC as well. Anyway, guys, I know I covered a lot here. Let me know what you think about this news. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.